everyone. Welcome to another episode, a very spooky episode of Comedians Hunting Ghosts. We are in our apartments, in our houses right now, so you don't know what you're going to see. There's nothing in my house. I don't know if there's anything in John's house. We'll see. There's definitely something in our guest, Veronica's house tonight, which we will be talking about. I am your host and psychic medium, Kristen Tinsley. And John, you want to introduce yourself? John Battle.
John Battle in the house.
Dana may come on later. She is tied up right now. Dana McAllister will be here shortly. Just a couple of announcements. We are home. We will be back in the studio when we can. We are still looking currently for people who are experiencing hauntings or just want to like chat with us about ghosts and different types of stuff. You're always free to email us at comedianshuntingghosts@gmail.com or hit us up on Instagram under the same handle, Comedians Hunting Ghosts, and drop us a message and say, hey, something in my bed. So,
I am not spiritually gifted. Let's put that out there.
Right. I'm the only one that's spiritual. Dana might be. Yeah. I'm spiritually gifted. I am spiritually gifted, highly blessed and flavored by the Most High. Yeah. That they didn't put that underneath my graduation picture. As what did you want to be when you grow up? I thought I wanted to be a mortician. Boy, was I wrong.
You close?
Close, but no cigar. Thank God. Anyway. All right. So welcome, Veronica. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Comedians Hunting Ghosts. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Happy to be here. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. So, you're experiencing a haunting.
Yes. So
Tell us what's going on.
well, a few things. So sometimes I wake up with scratches on my face and on like my neck or chest. And I don't know how that happens. Because I cut my nails really, really short because of what I work with my hands.
Yeah.
There are times when I like feel a presence. Usually it's in my bedroom or in my kitchen. And sometimes I like in my peripheral vision, sometimes I see something moving.
Yeah.
And when I look, there's nothing. But I know I saw something. It was like a flash of something. It doesn't happen every day, like regularly all the time.
Right.
But it does occur often enough for me to notice.
Right. Okay. Do you ever notice anything missing in the house? Like you put something someplace and it's gone?
Yes,
Okay.
that also appears. So, for example, I had a necklace. It was silver with a cross that is very dear to me. And honestly, it was gone for years. I thought a schmuck that I used to date took it.
Yeah.
But it was buried deep, deep, deep in a sofa that I had. And the only reason why I found it is because I was taking things apart, the sofa apart to get rid of it. And for something told me to look inside, like really inside the sofa, and I found my necklace.
Wow. You know, that happened to me one time when I had met this strange guy, and he knew that I was, spiritual and was asking me all kinds of questions and stuff. And I have an amethyst that was gifted to me by someone that watches over me, because I have spirit-bound guides and I have earth-bound guides also. And this amethyst is for protection.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how she connects to my energy. She'll know. I could not find this. It's an amethyst stone inside of like a bulb.
Mm-hmm.
I could not find this thing. Could not find it. I was so upset. I was like, where's my amethyst? Where's my amethyst? Because it's always around my neck. It's not around my neck today, but it's always around my neck.
Mm-hmm.
It was right after I met this guy and found out that he had some weird intentions. Okay. It was gone. I told her about it. Kid you not. I told her about it. And the next day I got this thought in my head, because I work with horses. Check
Mhm.
check in the barn on the
Mhm.
floor, and you'll see it. Look, you'll see it. Sure enough, the next day I go back and I look, you would look, nothing there. And all of a sudden just popped out, there it was. I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
oh my God. Like when you're meant to find something, like it was always there protecting you. But when you're there to like when you're meant to find something, like if you look for it again, like you must have thought about it, like, oh shit, I'm moving. And whoever gave you that was probably like, oh, it's here, it's here. But
It
yeah.
was wild because it was years.
Mhm.
And so I genuinely thought that guy stole it.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't believe, I honestly couldn't, like, I started crying when I found it because it does mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
So I was just happy that it was still here and he didn't
Yeah.
walk out with it. But I was
Yeah.
like, how in the hell? Because I tore up my house looking for that necklace. And it was just so bizarre where I found it. It was in the sofa, but it was so deep in the sofa that, I would have to like lift up the cushions, go through the fabric. Like that's how deeply hidden it was. That's what also surprised me.
So it's almost as if like, because how the hell did that happen? Like normally with something,
Yes.
it's if
Because if
something could.
I had it in a pocket or something, or it wouldn't have been like dug in that deep. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, yeah.
So what else happened?
Hmm. Mostly that. I don't sometimes I just feel like somebody's grazing me. You know what I mean? Like it's a very subtle, very gentle kind of vibration kind of thing, but or like someone goes like this to my hair, you know?
Yeah.
But that's primarily it, like seeing movement in my like peripheral vision, or getting honestly waking up with scratches on my face or like my neck or here.
That's
That's
like I mean, I've heard about stuff like that. Sometimes that's like a psychic attack, like when somebody's trying to get at you like spiritually, which would definitely explain to, and definitely explain why the cross was so buried deeply in the couch, because it's a protection.
Mhm.
If you have that cross there, I mean, I know that that's very cliche, but
I actually prefer wearing crosses. I alternate with crosses and other things that like my parents have given me. Um
well,
I
yeah, that's ancestral protection. The cross is, if especially if it is what I think it is, you know, some sort of entity, it's not going to like the cross. But it's not don't like people think like, oh, the cross, protects you from, that's all very like Hollywood stuff. It's not that. Especially if a piece of jewelry has been given to you by a deceased loved one, that comes with their protection on it because they're connected to that.
Mhm.
That's why I always tell people, be careful of the things that you acquire. You ever go to like a yard sale or something and you get jewelry from somebody, you don't know where that came from. You don't know what is being attracted to you from that. So do you have something in the house perhaps that may have belonged to a negative person that died?
No.
A belt?
No, I don't really wear belts.
Who?
I have belts.
I
I don't
just got
wear
a vision of somebody from, where are you from? Where's your
I'm
family from?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rico. I got an image of somebody, a thick tan leather belt. One of those that would be like embroidered. Somebody that worked, I guess, on like a farm or like with, I don't know, horses or something.
Could be my grandfather.
Because I see the shirt, I see the buckle, like the silver buckle. He's showing me that belt.
He died when I was 3.
So you don't know.
So I don't remember. What I was told was that I was one of his favorite people. in the family, and we used to play a game with his belt. So when he passed away, I went looking for him. And when in his funeral, when he was in his casket, apparently I ran up to the casket trying to play with his belt like we did when he was alive. I didn't realize that he was dead.
Belt, yeah.
He was only like 3 years old.
What's his name?
Joaquin Leoncio Pinto.
Is he a drinker?
I don't know.
I
don't
feel like
remember.
I don't know, because for me to get something that specific with the belts, that's him. Just pop it in there. It's gonna happen. You know, I'm gonna get things because I very specifically was shown a belt by someone that looked. So that's just him saying hi. I don't know if he spoke English very well, because I hear like a lot of I don't speak Spanish, so if he's trying to say something to me in Spanish, I can't understand anything.
He might have spoken more English than my grandmother, only because when he came here, he stopped being a farmer and worked in construction.
He said my little something, but I can't make out what the rest of it. My little something, he's saying, yeah. So it could have been like a nickname. I don't know. Say my little something. Paquito? What the hell? I don't know. I don't know what that means. What does Paquito mean? If that's even a word.
Poquito just means little, like a little bit.
My little. Oh, I said, did he drink? He's saying a little bit. That's what he's saying. I think he drank.
Oh, okay.
I think he drank a lot. Okay, because yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Question.
Go for it, John. Start asking questions, because I thought you were frozen.
Well, depends on how she answers this question. Does this only happen in your apartment? Like if you go somewhere else, like if you go on vacation, I know you just went away not too long ago for personal reasons. Did you have any experiences like that while you were away?
No, the only thing I experience is that peripheral vision, like that motion, like something's running past me.
Outside of your apartment, like when you were somewhere else. Okay. Has anybody else been in your apartment and noticed anything else or felt anything else?
I don't know.
Okay.
I would have to ask my friend who cat sitted for me like a few months ago.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know if she
I like that.
Felt anything, or experienced anything.
I'd have to ask.
Yeah. Well, if anything like really like significant happens, well, I don't know. I mean, I think that sometimes people get like a little shocked. It's because I used to pet sit in people's houses, and I used to feel stuff in their house, and I wouldn't say anything because I just figured like, okay, I don't want them to think I'm crazy, so I'm just not going to say anything. But if it was something like really significant, like I remember staying in a woman's house, cat sitting, and I felt like a zillion eyes were on me. I felt so creeped out and so weirded out in that house.
And you stayed?
I had no choice. I had to feed the cats. I couldn't abandon them. I mean, I figured I was safe because, the one cat kept going into the basement. So I was like, all right, but like the house was weird. I literally, and I've never done this, I literally slept with the lights on and the bedroom door locked. That's how scared I was in this house. I had expected that when I would open the door in the morning that there would be somebody standing there. I'm not kidding you. That's how creepy that house was.
Yeah, I wouldn't have stayed.
She was away, and this was right before COVID, so I thought that she wasn't going to come back because I thought she was going to get stuck, because literally it happened. I came home the same week that the whole world shut down. I had no idea what was going on, and I thought she was going to get stuck.
It was after my birthday. Remember, John? We went out. I was hanging out the whole weekend, and then like a week and a half later, the world shut down.
Yeah, it was
It was
crazy.
wild.
I was like,
Mhm.
it was that whole day, and I had no idea that any of this was coming because I don't really watch the news that much. I didn't know. I mean, I had heard about it, but when it first started happening, people were saying, "Oh, it's just a joke. It's not anything. Don't worry about anything." And then it turned into something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do ghosts
Now,
get
when you were
COVID?
alone for that time, because we're bringing this up now, when you were alone for that time quarantining in your apartment, did you notice anything, any heightened activity?
I don't think no, not really heightened. Sorry, I'm thinking about it now because it was basically just me in this damn apartment,
Yeah.
for months. But the thing is, I was very occupied though.
Right.
So I was going to school and working when COVID hit. So I was in class a lot, but I was in class here, but I was still occupied.
Right.
Like in May, I hit a wall, like psychologically. So in May, I was just like deflated.
Did you seek psychological counseling or counseling? That's when you went to go see. Did you see a spiritual advisor at that time?
No,
No. Okay.
no. So I did get counseling, but just for something different. So yeah, I'm basically in counseling now to like deal with the grief of my mom's death because she passed away from COVID, and it's already been a year.
You have a
That
sister?
was definitely not something we expected.
Oh,
So
yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. I do see that because I pulled a couple of cards out just to see like what was going on. So I
Mhm.
do see that.
What's the frequency of you experiencing this stuff in your apartment? Like, how often do you feel you see something indoor get touched?
It varies. It doesn't happen every day. Sometimes it doesn't even happen every week. It
Okay.
varies.
Yeah. Because
Even me waking up with scratches on on my face or on my neck, that doesn't happen all the time. It happens once in a while, but um, you know, it is surprising simply because I don't remember scratching my like. Granted, when I sleep, when I finally fall asleep, I usually fall asleep and sleep very deeply.
Mhm.
But the kind of scratches, especially around my neck, the way I scratch if I'm itchy or something is different from what shows up on my skin. You
So
understand?
you never like woke up swinging? Like, I mean, like that doesn't wake you up?
I've woken up scared. Um, I This sounds weird, but sometimes I think I travel in my dreams or when I'm
Okay.
sleeping. There are a lot of times when I feel like I fall back into myself.
You do.
Um, then there are times when I wake up scared. Like it's like when you look at a movie and it's like a slow, suspenseful kind of movie, and then all of a sudden it cuts and you're in a completely different scene. That happens to me a lot when I wake up. So that there are times where I'll wake up completely because I'm falling asleep, but then something shifts and I wake up and I'm like and sometimes it's fear, sometimes I've woken up crying, sometimes I've woken up like out of breath. But I think it's because I travel in my dreams.
Well, okay. So we do have, there are people who do have astral projection in their dreams. I used to have that when I was a while ago.
Mhm.
Um, Did you ever see the movie Insidious?
It's been a very long time.
All right, but you
The-
do remember what it was. I think it was Insidious or like Insidious 2 or something like that, where the only part of that movie that I identified with was when the kid traveled outside of his body to the land of the dead. That can happen. It just means that you probably have some sort of spiritual gift that you've never recognized. There are a lot of people who can leave their bodies when they, when they're dreaming, but if you wander too far, you can die. So, because you're away from your body for so long,
What?
it's the energy force, and that's what I kind of feel like. I really 100% believe that. So that could be somebody trying to get into your body, something trying to get into your body to take over. I know that sounds crazy. The only thing I could recommend that you do is definitely sleep with that selenite wand and do the prayer of Saint Michael.
I don't think it's crazy.
Mhm.
I don't think it's crazy.
Yeah. You've experienced it. Some people don't remember that.
I have a lot of dreams where I call them my Twilight Zone dreams. I feel like I get messages told to me through my dreams, but they're so fucking weird I can't figure shit out.
No
So
lotto
sometimes-
numbers?
It doesn't matter how weird it is. I think I kind of know what this is, and I'm a little weird. I think. Do you believe in aliens?
No.
Because I know that they don't like the cross. My friend Linda, you met Linda, John, okay, talks about the gray aliens. And that is crazy. And that could be the reason as to why you can't understand or make sense as to what you're being told. Because it's not coming from somebody that's on this planet that would speak in a language that we understand.
I'm
not like
not
an
sure
abduction.
about that, only because I don't think it's that. There's not some unknown language that's going on in my head. It's not what it is a lot of my dreams have people who represent other people.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Then
Feel
there's
like the people
events
that you know.
that yes.
Uh-huh.
So I think what happens is that whoever's trying to communicate or whatever's trying to communicate with me in my dreams use people, in present and past that even those that have passed on as like representations of other people or things.
I know. Yeah, no, I've had that happen, but you feel it that it's that like if you dream about like a parent or somebody, a friend or somebody, you can feel that it's them, but it doesn't look like them.
Yes.
Yes, I've had that.
Sometimes I wake up with the thought in my head. Sometimes I wake up with songs in my head.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna tell you to do. You do get downloads. You probably have the same gift that I have. Could very just be a simple thing where maybe you do talk to the dead. Maybe you just get messages from spirits. That's all I am, is I'm just a channel that just gets messages from things. When you hear songs in your head, that's messages from them trying to communicate to you. So you write it down, whatever the song is, even if it's just like a blurb, a sentence of the song, right? Even if it's just that, if it keeps going on in your head and you haven't heard the song on the radio and it's stuck in your head, those words mean something. If they're telling you things in your dream and you wake up and you remember it, write it down. Because that's a message. Just like the same thing, like when I get a bunch of names, right? I always write them down because I don't know if I read for somebody like a week or 2 weeks later, that person may come through. I've picked up on people weeks before I do a reading for somebody. Even before people have died, I get names. Sometimes I'll write it down. And I don't even realize that I'm even doing it. So the messages may not make much sense, but when you acknowledge them and you write them down, they will make sense. Because then you'll be like, oh, that's why I heard that song. Or, oh, I just met this person named this, or I'm hearing this song, and is there something that I should be paying attention to? That's how the spirits talk to you. That's how they, because they don't talk for real, you know, they send you pictures and they send you songs and they send you weird things, and you can ask them questions. And then that's how you get answers. They answer you in numbers on the radio that you just so happen to look at. Like you tell me before, your vision shifts like mine.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here looking at you, but if I were really concentrating, my vision will shift. And then that's when I see the shadow people, like the shadows. That's when I can see who's around me, how many of them are around me, you know, what's around, you know, just kind of, I don't acknowledge them or talk to them, but I know that they're there. Of course they're there. They're attracted to me. They know that I can hear them. But until I'm in front of somebody that has a message that they can, you know, give that message to, they're just here, which is really creepy when you think about
Is there anything around me right now?
it. No,
Okay.
there's nothing in your house. All the
Are you
ghosts are
sure?
afraid to come into your house.
Why is that?
The only one that's around you is your grandma,
Okay. But
Which
why are
one?
they afraid to come in?
because you're protected. That's why.
Okay. Good.
When you're
So-
protected, they don't come around like that.
Who's protecting me?
But they also know that you don't want to see them too. And if you were to say,
They
I want to
will.
see you, like I could do a little thing for you right now, John. I could do a little spell. Phantasma, appear out in front of John Battle tonight. You're gonna
He's gonna be creeped the fuck out.
Okay. Y'all want to play? Play? Y'all want to play? Okay.
Phantasma, appear out in front of John Battle.
Please don't. Because I will invent swinging on ghosts and hitting them. So
Swinging on ghosts. They can't do anything to you.
You got time for all. Ain't nobody got time for that.
They really
So
can't. This is my book. I write down everything in this book. When I do a reading for somebody, I look at their picture, and all the information that I get when I look at the person's picture goes into this book. Okay? You need to do the same thing. When you wake up in the morning, have the book next to you, write things down. Because
Okay.
I feel like when they're touching you, like in that movie, The Sixth Sense, where the kid would wake up with his socks hanging off his feet, or he would see things, or he'd have bruises on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's them.
I used to work at a job downtown in oh my god, in Lower East Side, and I always felt something there, always. So I would be like, we had Palo Santo and we had sage, and I was like, listen, we're gonna cleanse this face right about now. Like, but literally, yeah, I don't know why, but at that particular workspace, I kept feeling like literally someone literally going like that, but like,
Yeah.
you know, to my shoulders, to my hair. One time, like sometimes I feel somebody caress my face. Yeah. John, you all right?
I went like this. Oh, see? Highly protected.
I have bottles. I have a whole bunch of stuff, but for some reason I don't burn it. I don't burn it every day. I just don't.
Yeah,
But
you should, though.
I have plenty of, I have copal, I have palo santo, I have the oil, I have the wood, I have all kinds of stuff.
So
all
then start
kinds of-
using it. That's why the first card you got was about protecting yourself. You got to start using it. You know, make sure that you follow these rules that are put in place for this. You know, you have to. Because if you don't, is your father still alive?
Yes.
I see that because then your mother passed. I see this card. This is the two of cups, the two lovers, but it's in separation. I feel as if your
Yeah.
mom may be trying to communicate with you a little bit. I think that's what you might be feeling sometimes. So if you
She
smell,
tried when she first passed.
Mhm.
She used to knock. She used to knock on the front door of the house, and the only person that would hear it was me. So she did that twice. Or
I her.
I just,
You
I
just
can't
you just-
explain it. I just knew. And then one day I was deep asleep. It was in the morning, and she screamed my name. My nickname is Vera. So she screamed my name like, "Wake up!" And literally my eyes, I literally just woke up like, but I was deeply asleep, but she yelled my name. She knocked on my bedroom door and she yelled my name and I woke up.
Yeah.
But
My
I
dad
don't
did that.
I don't know what she's trying to tell me other than making me aware that she's there. But
I think
don't know.
I think that there could be something happening to you physically while you're sleeping. And I had that one time. I fell asleep long time ago when I was like 20 something. I think it was like 22 or 23, and my dad had just died. And I was driving home, and I was really tired. I had no business driving home. I was really tired. Like I was driving home from Brooklyn. I was really tired. And fell asleep. I literally felt myself fall asleep. And I heard my dad's name. I heard my dad. Chris, wake up, loud.
Mhm.
I knew it was him. I heard his voice. And I was not raised around my dad. So it's not like, I had heard his voice plenty of time, just for the little time I had spent around him. But for me to be like, and I woke up, and sure enough, I was like heading right for a tree. Literally right for a tree. I would not be here right now. If I had, I would have crashed into that tree and it would have been over. Because I was in a tiny little Toyota Echo. But I will never forget that. Chris, wake up. Never. And yeah. So I feel like it's just like, I feel like they do that. They try to communicate. They try to test us out to see if we can hear them. Especially our parents and, people that are super close to us, and the stronger the bond, the more love that the person had for you, the stronger and easier it's going to be for them to be able to get a hold of you. But I also feel as if maybe, right, you may start to, because she's been gone for a year.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're going to start to smell things now. Food.
Interesting. She
Some
was
of
a great cook.
I'm hearing some lemon cake or lemons.
Yeah, she loved lemon.
Lemon.
Anything, yeah, lemons, lemon cake.
I
Lemons.
love lemon cake. Damn.
I used to bake for her.
Because I was like, okay, lemon cake. Lemon, because I see the cake with
She
like
loves, yeah.
the lemon. I see like a lemon loaf with like the icing and like slices of lemon on top.
She loved that.
So
Yeah,
if you start to smell that, it's her. Don't cry, because then I'll cry. Hold on.
I won't cry.
I can't
just
ignore
want some
them
lemon
because
cake.
they're gonna come through anyway. She's bringing up something about your christening or your communion. You're gonna be married. Are you dating someone? Because I'm telling you, you're gonna be married soon.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, that might make me cry.
I'm just telling you right now.
I'm talking to someone that when I met him, the word husbands popped up in my head.
Oh, he's cute too.
Yeah, he is.
Brown hair. Yeah, brown hair.
Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Yes.
Quiet. A little quiet.
No, he's not quiet.
Not like reserved a little bit. Like
Yeah,
knows
I
how
guess
to behave in church, basically.
What happened?
Knows how to behave in church. Like he wouldn't be like
Yes,
okay.
he's very well mannered.
Well mannered is what I mean. Not You know what I mean? Like, hey,
He's not quiet. He's very well mannered.
okay. That's the one.
Oh God.
Because I got a glimpse of like your wedding. I don't know. I just looked at you looking down like that. Because your mother was bringing up your communion. Did you have a communion?
Yes.
She was bringing something up about that. You probably won't even remember it, but she's bringing up something like that. I don't
The
know why
dress?
she's bringing that up. Just the way you looked that day.
Yeah. I kept the dress. So I was in a wedding when I was 2 years old, and I kept my communion dress up until last year.
Look what he wrote. Yeah, see? A wedding.
No, we going to a wedding.
That was
A wedding.
she's bringing up the communion. What else you want to talk about? Do you have a sister?
I have two.
Two. A younger one?
No, I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest. Do you have one that's very skinny?
No.
They're both kind of like thick on the. Who's the really skinny? Maybe she's a cousin or something like that, but she's showing me someone who's very skinny that's kind of like out of control a little bit. I think this is a younger energy.
The niece?
Probably.
I don't. The only one who's like skinny is Rebecca. Does that name come up or resonate?
She's showing me an image of a very skinny young girl out
I
on the
don't know.
streets, just like not in control, doesn't go to school. I don't know.
I have no idea who that is.
They're not dead. This person's alive.
Maybe
I don't know. Because I have a lot of cousins, a lot. Most of them are female. The only ones who will be skinny are the younger, much younger generation. But a lot of those youngins I don't really know.
You don't know them yet. For some reason, she's showing me that. I don't know why she's showing me. Could just be something that she sees, you know. So I don't know. Either way, she wanted to highlight the lemon cake and the wedding dress. So and the communion dress, so that you know that she's with you. That's where they tell me things, so that you know that she's there, just like Grandpa. I almost want to say that the one that touches your face is him. He's so like enamored by you. Like,
Yeah. He was my first best friend.
yeah. And that's why he just, he's always with you.
Yeah.
It's almost like he like follows you around. And something about the rain. There's something about an umbrella. I don't know why they're showing me that.
He used to take me for walks. So my mom said that I was the only person he was really affectionate with.
Yeah.
And he used to take me for walks, and I would pick flowers, and he would just he was my grandfather, but he was also like my best friend. And I was the only person he was ever like that with.
Yeah.
But he died when I was 3.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's nice to know. It's nice to know that he's with me.
Yeah, because anything that is harmful to you or may seem scary, when you go to bed at night, make sure you say a prayer to Saint Michael to protect you from anything that may try to do you harm. Definitely read up on astral projection so that you know about it. And when you're aware of it, you may be able to find ways to control it. I don't know too much about it, but I do know stuff like that definitely happens.
I try to do it every night. I'm dead serious. I try to do it every night.
I'm scared of that. Like, what if I go too far and like can't get back?
Okay, here's the deal. You ever heard of the Akashic realm?
Yes.
Okay, that's where they say like everything is the answer to everything in the Akashic realm.
Yeah, that's probably where she's able to go to And that's why the messages that she gets, she has to write down. Not everyone can do that. I'm jealous. Anyway.
Me too.
I'm not.
Go
Like,
get lotto numbers, Powerball
it's
numbers.
very difficult being an empath. It's too, sometimes it's just too much.
It's
Yeah,
very
but you can
difficult
shut.
being
Yeah,
broke.
but you can shut that off though. You don't have to always. You can shut that off. You don't have to always be like that. You don't have to just live like that. You have to shut it off sometimes. And you have to learn to recognize what are your feelings and what are their feelings.
Well, I don't just, yeah, like but the problem is I pretty much, I absorb people's energy from everywhere. So it's taken me years to realize that I can differentiate things and how it affects me physically. But it took a long time. You know, I knew I was a sponge, but like I didn't have the vocabulary. I didn't have the, like, how do I, how could I explain this to somebody, or how can they help me, or do they want to help me, or, so it's like, it's difficult to like peel back each layer of the onion and figure out what is real, what really pertains to me, and what pertains to my clients or my friends or just people on the street.
Right.
Because whether I want to or not, whether I purposely do it or not, I attract people's attention. It's just, what kind of attention is it?
Right.
So I used to joke around and say that, like, every time I walk down the street, people always stop me for directions, or bums come up to me. It could be 5 fucking people in a group at the corner trying to cross the street, and they will walk straight up to me to ask for money, to like whatever, food, or if they're crazy, they always seem to want to linger on me, and it drives me nuts because it's like I'm constantly on alert.
Yeah.
Because I just don't feel safe.
Here's what you do.
It's just exhausting.
I know. When you're constantly on alert like that, we're gonna change it right now. When you're constantly on an alert like that, that's what draws them in. It's a level of confidence that you have to have, which is something that I always didn't have as a medium. Being confident that I know that I'm a spiritual badass. You're not gonna mess with me. When I go out, I envision myself. You could also get yourself some rosemary soap to wash your hands with before you leave the house. You can also get something called Pompeii lotion. It's called lotion, but it's actually a perfume. It is not the most nicest smelling perfume, but it is something that every spiritual person on the planet uses. You can get it on Amazon. Just a little bit, on your chest area before you leave the house. You can also carry black obsidian, which is a stone. Black obsidian, this one. Carry this. This will get rid of all of the negative energy. It'll bounce it off. Keep it in your pocket, pocketbook, wherever. Get it made into a necklace, however it is. Make sure it's real. When am I going to see you next, John?
All right, we can hook up one day next week.
Okay. Make sure, because I have a lot of this stuff, and this is real from like a cave. It's real. It's not like crap that you buy like wherever. Also, when you go out, use your vision. Envision yourself. You saw The Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah.
Glenda, inside the bubble. That's
Yeah.
you. I'm inside a bubble. No one's coming near the bubble. If you don't want somebody messing with your energy and you want to go out, you want to block everybody out, imagine yourself covered in a purple veil. But make sure that you remember to take off the veil when you go in the house because, you don't want, the good people to not be able to see you. The spirits won't, the good spirits, won't be able to see you. Envision yourself in purple to protect yourself. You don't have to, because when you walk around, oh God, who's going to come near me? Oh, what's going to happen? Guess what? Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Oh, they don't hear, oh, what's going to come near me? Oh, what's going to come near me? Okay, I'm going to send someone to you. If you don't want to work all the time, don't be available. I always say my job is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We don't get any breaks. But I don't read for people all the time. You know, if I did that, I would probably go crazy. Is that what they want? Of course they do. But you just can't. You have to remember, you say to yourself, my energy is closed. It's just for me. It's for me now. I'm pulling my energy back. Okay? Don't give it out to people. Live in your bubble. Shield of protection, like Bella Swan. Remember? When she was able to protect all the vampires that were already dead from getting killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. You know,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
There's a commonality right now that I don't know if everybody's touching on because you guys really didn't touch on it. She has cats. You have a cat. I am crazy about animals. Now, have your cats ever reacted in such a way that you found it strange in your apartment? Like, do they see stuff? Do animals see it? Is it more a cat thing? I don't know. I'm curious.
Animals, well, cats and dogs do see. I know for a fact that my female cat in particular, she's like my guardian. Like,
which one is that one?
Skylar, the one you never see.
Okay.
So I know for a fact Skylar sees things, and I feel like I feel like she guards me.
She does.
That's part of the reason why she sleeps with me in bed.
Yeah, that's her job.
Or she's in my room, or yeah. But I know that she sees things. I don't know what she sees.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact, just from her body language and stuff like that. Yeah, she's always, literally since I got her. And I've also was born with cats in the house. Like, I've always had animals around for most of my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, but dogs, to answer your question, John, dogs do sense things as well. I just think cats are more fine-tuned.
Fine-tuned to it. Well, cats are guardians between, you know, like when I'm reading for someone, my cat is always right near me. Cats are like the guardians of the entryways to the realm of the living and the dead. And I always believe that every cat that I've had, it doesn't matter which one it is, I've had other cats. This particular one came to me in a very rough time when I was just starting to wake up again, like, you know, to try to step into everything. So I think he was more sent to me for this as opposed to my other girl that I had. But he will sit in the doorway for days and watch who's coming in, who's coming out. You can ask them, like when I was home recovering from my surgery and I wasn't feeling well, you know, and I would be lonely on the couch or I would be upset and I would think about him and I would hear Yin Yang go to Kristen and he would come, he would just appear. It's almost like calling. I heard that. I don't know what that was, but I heard that.
That was my doorbell.
Make sure you look through the thing before you open the door.
Hi. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you so much, gracias. Thank you so much for coming by at the wrong time.
No, he's a nice guy. He's the regular UPS guy. Yes, it's APAC.
Hold up. While you're up, do you still want her to do a walkthrough so you can see if you see anything?
Yeah, show us the kitchen. You know what I think? Now that we've had more of a conversation, I think the kitchen is your mom. Because if she liked to cook, I think that's her.
So this is my foyer.
Closet, that closet that's in the hallway. What's there? Go in there. Go in that closet. Go in that closet right there.
It's mostly
is there a man's jacket in there?
What?
Is there a man's jacket in there?
No, it's mine. Everything that's in here is mine. It just looks like.
I want you to sage that closet.
Oh, okay. I can do that. So hold on.
Sage.
Okay, so this is my bedroom. I took I washed the sheets, so that's why my bed looks like that.
Oh, the purple sheets are gonna look nice.
Yeah, I do have purple sheets. So I'm gonna throw them on after we're done.
Yeah.
And then it's not a very big, so there's one closet, my linen closet mostly. And then here, I'm gonna turn on the light. So this is basically like my storage closet.
Yeah, I want you to sage all the closets.
Okay. And then this
Because
is my
that's like
bathroom.
closets, especially like if you don't like open the doors a lot, like
No.
whatever stale energy gets caught. When you sage, you have to sage the corners of every
Okay.
room. It's not
Okay.
just woo, like it's like a ghost chasing cowgirl. No, you gotta get all up in the corners of the house. 'cause that's-
Usually, honestly, when I sage, what I normally do is say a prayer and but I'll repeat the prayer throughout the entire house.
yeah.
But if you
And-
want me to do the corners, yeah, I can totally do that.
Yeah, every time when you do that, even if you don't have a sage stick, you could also use the palo. I love this. This is the only Palo Santo incense that I use. I get it off Amazon. I have tried other ones before. They stink like baby powder. Ugh. This one smells like
Well, I have legitimate, like actual Palo Santo, and then I have like incense with like copal.
oh, so you know what it is already, the pom pie, whatever it's called, however you just said
The
that.
copal, yeah. I have this. I have copal and white sage, and then I have this, the copal and Palo Santo.
Okay.
It's yeah, I don't know if you can see the brand. And then it's the same brand, it's copal and white sage.
I've never heard of copal before.
I think it's Native American.
Don't forget, Linda said rosemary was actually better. But
Rosemary, yeah. Dried rosemary. Even if you just had some rosemary, like a dried herb, and you wanted to boil it in a pot of water and let it go
I
through
think
the
I
house.
have rosemary essential oil.
Yes, you
So I
could
can
use
do
that.
that. It's like
Yeah, before
boil
you
water
leave the
and
house
then
every day. Rosemary essential oil right on your skin. It keeps them all away. You just have to up your
oh,
protection.
okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
that's what we
I
have.
can do that for sure. No,
'Cause that's what
I
I
have
do.
all kinds of stuff in the house. I just don't always know how to use it.
That's how you use it. You
Okay,
know?
that's fine.
And
I'm
listen,
gonna
I
have
don't
to get,
either. I sometimes slack off too. I have all these, I have all this stuff of protection. I mean, it's kind of like I know that I'm protected, but sometimes you kind of have to help out a little bit. John's
So,
gonna get a cat now. I hear the other cat yelling.
I'm allergic, man.
No,
the
that's
problem.
actually the fire department.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Somebody pot of
You're gonna
rice
be
don't
pissed
want to
off
smoke.
because the UPS guy is parked at the. Oh boy, you're gonna be hearing the honking for a while now.
Somebody's con caught fire. That's probably what it is.
Oh my God.
Somebody's pernil went up in smoke.
I think we pretty much figured out what's been going on here. I think it's definitely the people that are close to you trying to get a hold of you. Are there probably a couple of bad eggs? Sure, but I think that once you up your protection a little bit more, you'll be able to notice, a difference in it and less. And don't ever be afraid to say, if you feel like it's something very negative, to just say very firmly, go away. Go away. I don't want you in here. You're not welcome here. That's it.
And we will coordinate if you still want to go to her house for real.
Okay, we could do that.
Okay.
Because
We'll
you know
make it
what?
happen.
Especially when you live in a building, like I live in a building now, and I just noticed like what the little skinny, out of control girl really was. It's my neighbor that lives upstairs. His daughter just came over to visit, and she likes to run around the house. And she's very skinny. It's her, so don't worry. It's not your cousin.
Okay.
It's her. I didn't know. 'Cause I was thinking about the fact that I hadn't heard her for a couple of days because she only comes over like I guess for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I just heard her stomping around upstairs. So she's here again, making more
Like,
guys.
yay!
It's so annoying. Like you live in a building, you know, you hear people banging around. It's
Oh yeah, I
horrible.
do for sure.
You know, and she doesn't live here, but she comes and like, you know, like why are you like legitimately running around?
Yeah.
Scary, because you know what happens, that attracts like the other like couple, I think probably like 2 weeks ago, I was reading for somebody. When I'm reading for someone, I like in a different place, and I
Yeah.
heard this running around in my hallway, and I'm like, what the but I also heard her running around, but it attracts like another spirit that's running
Knuckleheadedness.
around as she's running around in my house up in front. I thought it was my cat. And I turn around, he's passed out on the bed. You're not doing your job, because whoever's running around in the hallway is chasing after her. I texted her mother.
Oh.
I texted her mother. Her mother doesn't live here. I said, tell your daughter to stop running around, because they know I'm a medium. And I said, tell your daughter to stop running around. It's like, because there's a child entity down here that's trying to play with her and is running around my hallway, and I don't want it
Wow.
going upstairs.
Wow.
Why she hasn't been here?
That is funny.
I know I'm crazy.
So let me just make sure we got this right. I'm going to get the black obsidian from you. She's got to use I forgot what the kind of wand is. What was the wand?
Selenite. She
okay,
has
that wand.
I have.
You
I
have
have.
sage or rosemary or other stuff you have, and affirmations for when you go out, picture yourself in the bubble and purple sheets.
Yes.
Okay.
Purple veil.
So I will check back periodically to see if you've made any progress and if things are better. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if I had known all of this when you needed your cats fed, I would have been feeding your cats from the hallway. I'd have just been flinging the food in there, because if something had to touch me, all hell would have broken loose. But thank you.
This would have been him in the hallway with the kitty cat food, opening the door, shoving it in with like a stick. Right. Poor cats.
I love cats.
Well, they have ones that are allergy free.
I know, but I mean, I'm currently heavily petted up with my dog. I saw a fox in the street the other morning. I'm gonna try to make friends if I see.
No, don't.
Why not?
You usually carry mange, and you don't want to be like attacked by a fox.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what foxes eat. I think they eat hamburger, but
they eat small animals.
They do. I'll never forget this. I saw a fox out here. We live in the woods, and I saw a fox at the top of a driveway, and it was like howling at me, and I was like, "What the hell?" And then it started coming at me, and I'm like, "Oh hell!" And I had one of the horses, and I just let the horse loose. I was like, "Go get it!" That thing turned around so fast and took off, and the horse was just like.
That is hilarious.
All
right. So thank you so much, Veronica, for being our guest on the show.
Thank you.
I do hope that things, work out for you.
Thank you.
With everything that you're doing. It's just sometimes just a matter of just upping your protection, because, we're not here to exorcise the demons. We're not here to, send whatever spirit back. Of course, we could do things to lessen the impact of their interference with our world, but I don't think that there's any way of really getting rid of them 100%. So, but at least now you can protect yourself. You know what it is. You know what to do. You're armed. You're ready. And as soon as when you're armed and ready is when spirit will be like, this is your purpose. This is what I want you to do. And then it just becomes less. So John, you have anything to say before we close?
I hope everything works out for you, and I will definitely be in touch. If you have any other questions about it, you can get to me and I'll relay them to her. We'll put you guys in touch and we'll hook it up for her to come to the house.
Yes. Okay. All right, so you guys hold on one second. I'm just going to end this. So everybody, thank you for watching Comedians Hunting Ghosts. We will be back soon with another scary and horrifying episode as we continue to investigate the paranormal and making people laugh while we do it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning into Strong Island Television, and we will see you another time. Or not, because you're dead. Bye.
Deuces. Bye.